Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Zenji and today we're playing Frostpunk 2. Currently we're in episode 4 of our Legacy of the New London playthrough. Currently week 103. Gotcha. Hope you're all doing well. Let's get started. Hey everybody. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to stay up to date with our adventure. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're going to pause for a second and just sort of collect our thoughts. Okay, currently we have 4 factions. We have the Frostlanders, Pilgrims, Stuarts, and New Londoners. Currently in our Frostland overview, we have a... what is this again? A trip being created or path to the desert or desolate coast. So in this area there's possible findings of oil, prefabs and cores. So that's almost complete. And then we do have these markers which we can then okay, so that's shelters. We can connect roads too, which is quite nice. Which is happening over here in this fishing village. But we can send resources to New London. Oh, it sends. Alright, so we'll just it's turned on. Okay. Just double checking. Okay. Man, this game's so pretty. Alright, I'm gonna push play. And yeah, so we're almost out of coal, prefabs on this extraction district site. So once that's done, we can dismantle that and open up a new area. Cross breaking wise, I think it's oh, you can just drag it. That's interesting. If you don't feel like clicking 8 million times, you can just drag that. So we'll do that. Create our infinite materials forest then. Okay, so in our idea tree, currently we have the coal dust, and ironically coughed at that moment. Yeah, dust coal mine, so it can increase disease slightly. That's currently under research. Yeah, building wise, I think we're gonna add in some more heating hubs towards our housing district. I'm thinking we continue this way, so we'll add it in over there. And then once we do have more frost breaking machines available, we'll break all that up, build some more housing. Okay, our Frostlanders or expedition team has almost reached their destination. Okay. There it goes. No? Okay, so come on. The old dreadnought. A ruined machine. This is the prologue, by the way. A ruined machine lies across the crevice. Wagons spilled into the nearby snow. There are clear signs that people come and gone from this site, even storing goods here. But what amazed our scouts that most is the huge quantity of readily available oil. This could be fuel source we've been searching for. Okay, so there's two options here. We found oil, or come back later. This option is we will be able to build a new colony on this site. Sounds familiar. Alright, so I think that is the option. And ironically, we've done already, so it's exactly the same. Ooh, oil tombs, nomads. On the broken shore lies an old derelict dreadnought. It seems to have been upgraded to run oil, as it rests beside rich deposits. Perhaps the site was a refueling station. But deep in the black pools lies rows of frozen bodies, wrapped in shrouds and placed in still wells. Our scouts shudder at the sight. These oil depots would surely solve our fuel needs. But what would we have desecrate these graves to access all of them? Alright, so we have two options here. Okay, so because this is life and death, we shall remove. Okay, so black gold, hey. Oil will save the city, but we need to adapt our generator to use it. In the meantime, we need to establish a reliable supply. It's time we settle beyond the new London. Yeah, so create a colony at the old dreadnought and connect it with a solid trail to New London. Only then can supply be assured. Alright, so that's interesting. Like outposts, which wasn't really done too much, I would say, in Frostpunk 1. Okay, Sue Miller, 12, street urchant. Lack of a law regulating childhood is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Okay, well, we'll take a look at that sometime. Okay, we're going to connect the pathway. I wonder if I... Yeah, I did that directly. Did I not have enough resources? Looks like it. Yeah, so that costs 10 Frostlanders. Requires 20 Frostland teams. Requires 1 core, 1 crit. Okay, so we don't have the cores or the prefabs. How do we get the cores? Did we go here? Of course. Mangled cart. Among debris in the mangled cart, we found an old navigating log. You can't wander forever. You can only get through this canyon. Then we can set up a permanent base next to the oil. The cart holds a large number of cores. So yeah, we're going to salvage that. And then obviously once we have that, we can then build our... Where are you guys going? Pause. Yep. Almost got us again. 81%. Maybe it would have been fine there. Okay. Play. Alright, so once we've set up a outpost here at the old dreadnought, we should be able to supply new oil and prefabs to New London. Okay, next, I guess, notice. Pouring ice on fire, growing radicalization. Stuart, the growing favor of certain groups in our city has become cause for alarm. Agitators rile up tension and push their factions more radical and violent. Provided we build enough prison space, our guards could place such militant in preventative arrest. A spell in detention would cool their heads and calm their fellows. Okay, build prisons to round up militants, district ability to lower faction favor. Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, we're comparing it to current society. I guess that's what we do. Ooh, something's going on. Yeah, where is it dangerous level? There. Where what? Battle output. No, don't want to do that. What do I do here? Empty building slots. Saving. Was there no road connecting? Oh, repair this district. Okay. It says I have a building slot available. I'm wondering if I do this. Research? Does it work here? No. Action? No. Okay. The Dust Coal Mine has just finished. So we can then build that. Blasting. Dust. Okay, so we can't use it if we have a blasting coal mine already in place. Makes sense. Okay, we're gonna continue frost breaking. Oh my goodness.
Report all leaks and damages to the nearest maintenance office.
I just okay. Sure, we'll just break all that up. Guess I can't build there. Alright, how are the pilgrims doing? These bastards. They're weak. Good. Damn, they will lose members and potentially lose seats in the council. Yes, condemn them. They lose members, relationships with them worsen. Good, good. Yeah, they're a blight on our society. Have guards forced him to pay a large emergency contribution. We can't demand funds from them right now. Peace. Okay, we'll leave them alone. Do we have enough cores now? No cores. I'm sure our scout team arrived on time. It looks like another 137 people have passed due to cold exposure. Still trying to figure out what is what. But it's a good game. Fun. I really enjoy the complexity of it. The districts, though, a little confusing, but I wouldn't say it's something you couldn't figure out over time. And we still require... Okay, there is another I guess, point of interest. Tanker filled with oil hangs in a narrow crevice. It'll be dangerous to extract without specialized equipment. Okay, so we'll have to come back later and revisit that. Okay, so still unable to do this, even if at a shorter distance. Okay, so we want prefabs, which is over here. So we need a action district. And once they're done there, we will build another prefab section. And then we'll make our way to a new outpost. I think that's what's limiting us at the moment. Not having enough frost teams. Which makes sense. So our next frost zone is up here. Okay, we've actually already got a pathway here, so let's this one, yeah. Logistics. Go. It really needs 6 zones. Alright, so once this logistics center is up, we should have 30 cross teams, and then look at that. We should be able to then obtain or connect this pathway. For findings. Oh, that's way out there. Okay, so each outpost holds 15 people, which means we need multiple logistics centers to accumulate the correct amount of teams, peoples to explore. Interesting concept, like you're not just relying on one, you know, what you do it once and it's done. You got to like expand and create it over time. Of course, we have the luxury of the fast forward button. Nice. Damage from smaller. Come on, y'all. Can't y'all get along? Okay, so this extraction district for prefabs is now kaput. Gonna dismantle that. Okay, Frostland teams have increased to 25. So, as you can see here, we have 30 in total, but 5 are stationed at the fishing village. So if we go zoom out one more, we can connect the pathway. Still missing. Yeah, so if we look at the X's, that's our limit. We can't like go over there. I'll go over here. Oh, okay. So see what's happening. We need almost got to like build a route. So we build a route with pin markers, almost like a interactive map. And then we will connect that to the fishing village, which then connects to our city. They're all children. It's Animal Farm all over again. Okay, so their persistent lack of law regulating childhood is causing crime and tension to rise even further. Crime is slightly increased. Okay, so we're going to commit to solving this issue. Children have died. That's not good. But we're going to go into our laws. Work compensation, no. Society, youth. Okay, so liberated youth, young adults are encouraged to experiment free from arbitrary bounds and judgment. No one else shares this idea. Yeah, thanks. They each have their own perspectives. Okay, so there's a dutiful youth. Oh, but it's with the pilgrims. I'm just going to ignore that completely. Yeah. Looks like we're going with the stewards. We gotta do something. Okay, there's a lawful proposal in society. Okay, there's funerals and childhood. We're gonna obviously go with the childhood one, but no rules define who is responsible for the care of and education of children. Some are well cared for, while others are neglected. This causes widespread delinquency and violence among the youth. Crime is significantly increased. Alternative laws, family apprenticeship, percentage of active workers is increased. Mandatory school, research speed is slightly increased. Food stamps income per capita is slightly decreased. Alright, so we have two laws for the society option here. The family apprenticeship law or the mandatory school. I think we go for the family apprenticeship. Personal preference. Although it's sponsored by the pilgrims. Fuck it. Okay, we change our mind. We go to the mandatory school. I think we try and negotiate. See what we can do. Okay, so the New Londoners are open to negotiate. They have 51 delegates, the most. Frostlanders are also open to it. But what do they want? Okay, so we're gonna on that, and that means they want one of these, I guess. Use a community action on New Londoners. Community action grant agenda, and you let New Londoners choose the next law to be voted on in the council. Enact law. Mass produce goods. In order to overcome scarcity, we will organize our production lines to increase goods production. I mean, that sounds good. Advanced blasting coal mine. Operation using higher our explosive charges to maximize mining efficiency at the cost of significant noxious emissions. So we have tried that one before, so let's go with the first one. I quite like that. Let's vote. And the ayes have it.
The delegates have spoken. The law takes effect.
Okay, childhood has been regulated. Childhood law has been regulated. You keep your promise and avoided unnecessary chaos in the city. Trust rises. Yeah, we did a good thing.
Attention, citizens. A new law is in effect.
Great work. Hopefully the education increases for these young peoples. Yeah. We're gonna do a direct path, sorry, from this waypoint all the way to the city. that will connect us to the dreadnought. And then yeah, we'll get access to this coastline. What's going on here? Okay, crime in the city. Crime has risen to a concerning level. Can we just pass that law about children? So maybe the adults are also having a turn. Okay, pathway has been created. Quite interesting. You can actually see the pathway. Right, we're gonna send colonists. Oh, 3,000 people. Resource and population transfer. Interesting. Okay, so they're there. Ruin machine lies across the crevice. Yeah, yada yada yada. I don't do that. They do that. It's quite interesting. So, yeah. Very, very interesting. It'd be cool if you could actually, like, you know, build it. Sort of like how Anno 1800 does the different regions. There's a lot more of a micromanagement task there. Okay, squalor has risen to concerning level. To a concerning level. Ensure the steady supply of materials for maintenance or research buildings to fight it. Alright, let's take a gander. So, I mean, the idea tree is you researching that. Is that the progress bar? Yeah. Okay, so they'll be set up once that does a little loop. I think what we can do is go to the mountains. Nope, we don't have enough teams. We have no teams available. I think because they're all busy. Yeah, that. And this is colonists. Okay, so that's how long it's going to take. 7 weeks. These people have recently left their homes in New London and are now heading to start a new life in Old Dreadnought. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so looking at our shelter, we're a net positive over there. We have 2 surplus. And then food supply, we also have a surplus. But what we are lacking is materials and goods. So if we look at materials, we go select the building option. For us to build an extraction district, cost 50 materials, 600 workers, and 20 heat. So we want to build it over here, but we don't have the resources at the moment. So we will fast forward, I guess, a little bit. Slowly watch these guys transverse the terrain.
Steward.
Okay. Another issue. Disease weakens our workforce. Obscenities. Steward, the poor conditions in the city take their toll on our people. Disease spreads. Some are so sick they are unable to work. If this continues, it will endanger our ability to sustain the city, as our workforce will be decimated. We must act. Okay, so ensure there's enough heat, shelter, and food, or consider developing another idea that will combat the disease. So I think I've got shelter and food. I don't just got to worry about heat. I guess in the upcoming cold storm. How would I combat
Children
heat?
caught idling during school hours will be punished.
That's awesome. Okay, so if we build a heating hub, provides heat demand in neighboring districts. Or heat demand in neighboring districts is lowered, I guess, or decreased. But it does cost 25 materials, which we do have some. So the teal is our housing districts. What we can do is place one right over here. And that affects this district there. District employment. What's this? Okay. District employment can be manually controlled in the district panel. I see, so that's what those lines are. So I guess if we're short on workforce... What is this? Demolish? Active? But we can expand that. Zoom in. Demolish. Deactivate. I'm sure there was a rush researchers. Impose strict deadlines on researchers to accelerate their programs. Is that like working overtime? Okay. 9 cogs. Interesting. Seems like trust has increased. Good for us. Okay, zooming out yet again. Looks like our convoy is almost there. Okay, we need to repair this district. Amen. Oh, we wanted to... shit, we don't have enough heat or materials. Looks like a new delegate vote is in session. Okay, youth liberated youth. Youth adults are encouraged to experiment. No, we don't want that. Unlocks youth in program. So what do I do? Yeah, do I want? Okay, the stewards want this. I'm a bit confused. The stewards want this. The Londoners have an active promise. Frostland is not open to negotiation. Okay, let's go with the Frostlanders. What do you guys want? Vote for pledge. And if you do... Untreated sawmill. A massive sawmill in which frozen wood is cut into usable materials without undergoing any treatment, speeding up the process but exposing people to mold, spores and fungi. No, that's bad. Okay. There's a weather adjusted shifts to protect worker health. Workplaces adapt to working hours to weather conditions. I mean, that's a good one, but obviously production efficiency is decreased. And then there's a durable goods law. In order to make the best use of scarce resources, we will focus on producing sturdy and easily repairable goods. Yeah, that's a pretty good option, I think. Let's vote.
The delegates have spoken.
That's
The
cool.
law takes effect.
I see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, it looks like our Dreadnought team has arrived. But does that mean they've set up though? Generators disabled. Astral goods. So the laws we negotiate for with other factions, you know, we have to keep our promises, and if we don't, then that obviously sours relations. But that only happens in X amount of time, so sometimes there will be conflicting vote options. We'll have to figure out how to deal with that. Yeah, we're almost there. We're going to just establish this outpost, so we're going to fast forward a tiny bit. Okay, message from Nell Sinkfield, 38, housewife. The lack of law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Okay, I guess health is an issue we need to focus on, but let's get this Dreadnought facility up and running. Okay, old Dreadnought City is now open. So if I had to zoom in here, ooh, look at that! It is like at 1800 where you, I guess, where you build out these zones. That's awesome. I'm chuffed about that. Although I do feel like I've already done that this round.
Are you listening?
Ooh, vision of our future, diverging ideas. Good. Everyone in New London is awaiting the moment we get steady supply of oil. So many fears would vanish. So many dreams made possible. But those dreams seem to be diverging. Stewards paint visions of an eternally warm New London. As warm as only the eldest among us remember. The pilgrims want to use the newfound power to reach out and settle remote places on the Frostland, making it our own. I mean, we're going to be doing that regardless, but both factions started thinking about how to use the oil when it reaches New London. When it does, we will have to decide. Alright guys, so we're going to leave it there for today. I think the next plan is to now set up our Dreadnought Society like we did in the prologue. And yeah, figure out how to supply New London with that black gold. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.